The story of Marty Minetto and the UFO, the hidden realms of Grandfather Samuel.
On April 9, 1955, Marty, who was then 5 years old, was approached by his grandfather Samuel during bedtime. Samuel asked, "Do you scare easily?" "No," Marty replied. His grandfather said, "Are you a strong young man and not afraid of new things if I am with you and take care of you?" "Yes," Marty said. His grandfather then said, "I want you to go with me on a walk Saturday, and you will see great things, but you are to tell no one. You can never tell your mom or dad or brothers or sisters because it could hurt Grandpa and Grandma, and they might have to move far away." Marty told his grandfather, "I would never tell." Samuel hugged him and asked, "Do you promise?" "Yes," said Marty. Samuel often shared special stories with Marty that were for him and nobody else, and many of these stories, Marty says, he didn't understand other than that they were about great wonders and people from far-off places. Although Marty had many siblings, he shared a special bond with his grandfather and would never reveal his secrets. So, Samuel called for Marty's grandmother, and he turned to her and told her, "I'm going to show the boy tomorrow so he understands what I've been telling him. Tell his mom we will be okay, but we might be late getting home." At this point, Marty's grandmother began crying, and Marty felt bad for her and asked, "What's wrong, Grandma?" She said nothing, and he said, "Don't cry, Mama, it's okay." She said, "I am crying because tomorrow you will know who you are. This is a good thing. Tomorrow is going to be a wonderful day for you. Stay close to Grandpa." She continued, "Listen to him and just do what he says. Do not be afraid of some things you might see. It's okay to always trust Grandpa." At this point, she hugged Marty and told him to go to bed, and she warned Samuel that only Marty was to go and that none of his other siblings could go or know anything about this. So the next morning arrived, and after breakfast, Marty's grandfather approached him and said, "Are you ready to go for that walk?" Marty was excited as he and his grandfather left their rural Colorado farmhouse and walked down a dirt road, eventually leaving the farmhouse behind them. Suddenly, Marty was shocked to see a very large oval-shaped object drop down from the sky. It glowed orange, then turned bright white as it began to get low. A tripod landing gear descended, and the object landed on the road. As this craft settled on the dirt road, the wind blew fiercely, kicking up a cloud of dust. Marty's grandfather, Samuel, picked him up and said, "They're here, son. Please don't be afraid. They're my friends and yours. Trust Grandpa." Marty says, "I wasn't scared at all. I don't know why, but I wasn't." So this craft, according to Marty, was humming loudly. His grandfather set Marty down and said, "Be kind and respectful. Stand where you are and don't move until I tell you." At this point, a door opened on the side of the object, and the people walked out and moved toward them. At this point, Marty began to feel some fear. His grandfather approached these men and began to speak a strange language unknown to Marty. They touched hands and shoulders, and after a few minutes, the two men and his grandfather approached Marty. Marty said, "What were you saying?" His grandfather said, "It is the old talk from where Grandma and I came from." He pointed to one of the figures, a man with a blue shirt and white pants, and said, "This person is a friend of Grandma's. I want you to touch his hand and say hello to Ostino. Go with him, and I'll meet you inside in a few minutes." Hand in hand with Ostino, Marty stepped into the vessel, into a chamber vast and filled with wonders, a realm where the impossible whispered with the tangible, offering a panoramic view of the vastness of space, dotted with countless stars and distant galaxies. The sight was so overwhelmingly beautiful, these depicted the history of their civilization. Images flickered to life, showing Ostino's people navigating star systems, forming alliances with other species. Each display was more intricate than the last, learning from shared technologies and experiences, deepening Marty's understanding of this advanced and interconnected universe. Marty was deeply moved by the stories of peace and cooperation among diverse civilizations. It was a testament to the power of unity and shared knowledge. Ostino then led Marty to the central hub of the craft, a room pulsing with energy. Here, the core of their technology was visible and massive, softly glowing orb. "The heart of our ship," Ostino said, "powers not just the vessel, but also enables the bending of space and time, allowing us to traverse vast distances. Marty watched in awe as Faustino demonstrated the orb's capabilities. With a simple gesture, the space around them seemed to ripple, a visual echo of distant stars. "This is how we bridge worlds," Faustino continued. "What seems like magic to you is science to us, a science born of harmony between technology and the laws of the universe." As the tour concluded, Marty felt a profound sense of connection with everything he had learned. He realized that this experience would forever change his perception of reality and his role within it. Before returning to Earth, Faustino handed Marty a small, luminescent token, a keepsake from his journey. "Remember," he said, "knowledge is the light that illuminates paths across the cosmos." Back on Earth, as Marty stepped out of the craft, the world seemed both smaller and infinitely larger. His mind buzzed with the possibilities of the future, a future where he might one day return to the stars.